Team Gold is actually a really mechanical and high offense on the team. So it's hard to tell with these two. I guess we just wait and see how the match plays out.
Team Gold are playing with a sub in place of Cosmic. Cosmic is their 1v1 player. He's the guy who holds down the fort of sorts, but they're not going to be playing with him today. They're playing with their permanent sub, Zero. It's now going to be up to Team Gray to try and make sure they can keep their streak alive. Team Gray, they are currently undefeated, and they've played against some pretty solid teams. They haven't played against Cyan or White yet, I believe, but they still have played against the likes of a bunch of other solid teams, and if they can get this win here on Team Gold, I think that definitely solidifies them as probably one of the best teams in Havoc, at least for Split 1.
Right now, Avdil gets a great outlook right now as the one teammate could not get there. Managed to keep the pressure on, but 12 is going to send this one on the other side, Team Gold. And now Talu almost gets it around one defender, but doesn't manage to get past 12. 12 has an open net, but can't get the shot that he wants as S keeps the pressure on, but Avdil sends this one away.
Ball's going to get launched over to the corner. Now it's going to be followed up here by 12. 12. Now back over to Tally. Tally trying to maintain possession. Puts the ball into the midfield. It's going to be stopped away once again. Now over to 12. 12 trying to maintain possession. Gets to round 1. Gets to round 2 as a matter of fact. But she's not going to be able to get back to the ball as now App Manager will clear the ball down the field.
S trying to set up his teammate. Nobody there, but Avdil's going to have a little bit of time. Gets it around one defender. 12 last back. Has to keep this one to safety. Puts it to the side, but Avdil actually gets a great touch to his teammate, and they actually fake each other out, but left it for Avdil as he puts this one in with no defenders in the net.
That was a great passing play, but it looks like that fake was actually intentional from Faith. As you can see, he didn't even try to flip into the ball. He just flew right past it, gave Avdiel a perfect pass, and Swep and his team were not able to read it.
AT manager now has some time with the ball, gets it around 1, tries to probably get the pinch in, but S is going to be there, and he's going to take this one to the side. Tally there, keeping this pressure on, leaves it middle for Avdil, gets the look, and teammate AT manager gets the follow-up, puts this one 2-0.
Here we go. This is the Team Gray that we like to see. Just like Team Purple, they've had problems with closing series in the past, but they did get their first sweep last week. And if they can keep up with these sweeps, they might be able to start getting on a performance that Team White had early on last season, excuse me.
12 now sends this in the back corner of Team Gray. Trying to look for the follow-up, manages to get one. Zero gets a great 50 as Avdil is going to keep this one a safety to this side. Has a couple of defenders to beat, but 12 is getting a great 50. But now Tally beats one of the defenders. 12 up on the backboard, keeps this one pressure off of his backboard. Manager gets a great look, but doesn't get the touch he wanted and almost puts this one in past the last defender.
Avdiel will launch the ball forward over to At Manager. At Manager has an empty net. He wasn't able to get the first shot. Couldn't get the second either. But that's going to be Avdiel now with the second goal on the board. Avdiel really stepping up on offense. And as we noticed last week, he's really improved his positioning, especially as last man back. And it's only helped him improve as a player.
Very great looks by Team Gray right now. Making a statement, 3 goals already, 2.5 minutes down. Right now, Zero's trying to create some pressure for his team as Avdil is going to keep this one to the side, but 12 is ready. He has some time with the ball, tries to get around one flip, gets a great pass, but Swep is not there in time as that ball just going to float right across their net.
Tally pops the ball forward. It's going to be now followed up by the likes of 12. 12 gets out 50, though, by Tally, and Swep and Zero are going to have to rush back to get back to defense. Zero followed up by Swep, now pushing down the field. Swep takes possession of the ball over to the corner. Swep gets demoed by App Manager. That was a very interesting demo. It was almost like a pinch demo there from Team Gray, and they still continue on with the pressure and possession that they're oh so known for.
Avdil now has some time, gets a great 50, only need to get by one defender, but now this ball almost gets redirected by Swep as he had the opportunity but couldn't time it correctly. And now Ad Manager taking possession, getting a touch around 12, but Zero's there, keeps in safety. Now he's going to pass out the ball, gives away possession. Avdil is going to have a little bit of time with this ball right now, but doesn't get the touch he wanted as both the defenders missed. Tally sends a shot on net, but Zero's going to be there and keeps this one to safety.
Ball's going to get popped forward. Now back over to 12. 12 tries to push the ball forward. Now over to 0. 0 gets the beat on FDL, but Team Gray should be able to stave off this offensive pressure so far as 12 ends up being too far in front of that pass, and App Manager's now going to take possession and give it over to Tally.
12 kicking it back to his corner, trying to go for another follow-up, but Tally clearing this one to the side as Swep's going to have some time with the ball. Doesn't get the touch he wanted, but I think he's leaving it for his teammate 12, as right now they're having a good infield pass play. Swep has a ton of boost and a ton of time, tries to save his flip to get it past to his teammate, but doesn't time it right, as that manager's going to clear this one away.
Ball now back over to App Manager. He gets the demo, setting up his teammate Avdiel. Avdiel looking for the hat trick. Gets a 50-50 on one, and is now going to be back into the hands of 12. 12 at the sidewall. Tries to launch the ball down the field over to Swep. Now it's going to be over here to 0. 0 gets the save. And now it's going to be over to Avdiel once more. Going into the air. Pre-flip has out of boost, and the ball's going to get launched to the backboard. Tally in an awkward situation. 12 had a free open net. Isn't going to be able to get it, but 0 is going to be the one to follow it up. And Team Gold are not going to go shutout in game number 1, and they get their first goal.
Yeah, I mean, 18 seconds is plenty of time if you could play some two really well kickoff goals. But, you know, as the looks of Team Gray's defense, they have plundered the whole game without getting scored on. Let's see if they can come back right here. But I do think as the time ticks away, I don't think it's going to be enough time, as Team Gray has some great pressure right now leading into this next match.
Tally tries to win the 50-50 over to the other side. Gets the ball past for 1. Couldn't get it past 2, but now Avdiel still looking for a hat trick. He's going to let Atmaner take it off his car. 0 trying to clear the ball out. Ball's still kept in the air, but Avdiel will just put it back onto the ground. And
Swep loses it back to 0. 0's going to have another follow-up touch. Tries to look for the double tap, but Avdiel's going to be there to deny him. And right now, the ball's going to be just put on the backboard as 12 tries to keep the pressure on, leaves it for 0. 0's going to keep this one to the side, but Atmanager takes it away, and they get a great 50, but Swept is there to keep the denial away, but Tally's keeping the pressure on the backboard. 0 has to get a 50, it sends it to the side, and now 12 has some possession with the ball.
Avdiel trying to maintain possession. Now going to pop the ball forward. It's going to be launched off the backboard. Avdiel still following it up. Looks for a flip reset must. He isn't able to get the flip reset though, and the ball will launch out to the side. Tally pops the ball up high, but it's going to be 0 following up the ball first. However, he does not get the ball to a teammate, and who else but Avdiel to clear the ball down the field.
Right now, sending the ball over. Swept tries to go for the redirect, but Atmanager's going to send this one. Tally pushes it forward, tries to get around one defender, but 12's going to be there. Swept up. Avdiel has to beat him. He does. Keeps it to safety, but 0's going to keep the pressure on the back wall of Team Gray. And right now, Atmanager has possession, leaves it for his teammate, but they both get beat. But now Avdiel has a ton of space and room to work with his ball.
Here comes Avdiel. Gets the ball past 1. Now going to be back into the hands of 12. Tally pops the ball up. Immediately looking for it is Atmanager. Atmanager now down to Avdiel. Avdiel tries to push the ball forward over to 0. 0 looks for the shot, looks for the save, isn't able to get it, and Tally now passes it back over to Atmanager. Atmanager looking for the ball, isn't able to get back to it, and Tally will be the one to look for a shot, but it's going to be wide, and Team Gold are still going to keep the series tied at 0-0.
Yeah, very great pressure right now by Team Gold. They've actually turned around a little bit, but Team Gray still looking very solid and having all the answers on their defenses. Right now, it's a close call, but they just managed to escape this as Tally's keeping this possession, keeping it away, and 12's going to beat him, trying to get an outlook touch, but with no time ticking down, Avdiel almost managed to beat the last defender. They get a great shot on it, but Swept with the pre-jump and keeps his ball to safety.
Ball's going to get launched forward, and that'll be back in the hands of Swept. Swept pops it over to 0. 0 to the backboard. Avdiel will get an amazing touch, and now Atmanager will take possession. Atmanager does get demoed, however, Avdiel pops the ball in the air right afterwards, gets it over 1, but 0 will clear the ball at the backboard. Almost a scary situation there for Team Gold, but Team Gray still going to remain strong, trying to get the ball right back to offense.
Yeah, 0 had a great play right there. It's like you said in the game before, whenever a player has time with the ball and you want to make them go a direction, it's better to make them go up than go down. As to right there is a very perfect outlook on why you wanted them to go up, because they got the save, went over on the crossbar, and it didn't open up more possibilities for the attacker.
Exactly, but here comes Avdiel again, looking for a perfect place shot. Isn't able to get it this time. However, Avdiel shooting ever since the promotion relegation tournament where he helped Team Red get right back into the main league for Split 2. He's been known for his striking and overall mechanics, and it used to be ball chasing, but right now Avdiel is not double committed with his teammates. He's just been taking possession and really showing off why he's one of the better players in this league, as they almost get an aerial passing play, but that's going to be an amazing demo there from Swept. Tally's going to have to respawn and can't get back to it, and off a demo on the third man, that's going to be Team Gold getting their first goal.
Yeah, great rotation back right now. Always looking for a demo on your rotation back. Obviously not going out of your way, but in your rotation back, it is, great opportunities to come forward with this one right now as 12 realizes his teammates getting the demo, nobody back there, and he wasn't enough time to get back to after the spawn.
Ball now back into the offensive side for Team Gray. They're going to be looking to try and get a really big clapback goal, but isn't able to get to it. So now we back over to Avdiel. Avdiel looking for a pass, isn't able to get the ball mid. It's going to be over to App Manager. App Manager will pass the ball off the sidewall, but it's a little bit behind him, and it won't be able to follow it up just yet.
Ad Manager takes possession, gets bumped. Tally has to keep this one safe, but Zero's going to beat the defender of the ball. Avdiel, great 50 right now. Ad Manager with a ton of time, puts a shot on net, but 12 keeps this one to the side as Avdiel's ready, keeps the pressure on with the shot, and now taking another shot off their backboard. 12 on the backboard, tries to keep this one away, but Zero's going to be the one, keep it in their corner. Tally with a shot on net, leaves it for his teammate, but Ad Manager can't get the shot he wanted or the placement.
Ball now be taken over by 0. 0 over to 12. 12 will launch the ball down the field. It's going to be followed up by Tally. Tally into the air, trying to get the ball around Swept. He gets the 50-50. Now it's Tally looking for the demo. Isn't able to get to it. It's going to be over to App Manager. He booms the ball down the field. Ball now over to 12. 12 now trying to take possession. Gets it around FDL. It's a 2-on-1. App Manager ends up managing to scare away a little bit of a pass. They had a free passing opportunity that could have been a goal, but App Manager manages to get the save. And App Manager pops the ball over one. Tries to pop it back down, but it's another weak shot. And App Manager, that was 2 chances there for Team Gray to tie up this series, to tie up this game.
Very close opportunity with the time winding down. Can they be the one to come back in this one, put it into overtime? But as the clock is ticking, it's still not down yet. Don't count them out. Nobody out there for the pass, so it's gonna be for Team Gold. And
we're gonna be getting into the kickoff here between these two teams. All's gonna get launched down the field by Swept over to 0, but it's gonna be Avdiel first on the ball. Off to the sidewall, Ant Manager ends up not being able to get the touch he wants, and Tally will clear the ball down the field. Ball into the corner, being taken possession of by 12, and now Avdiel will pop the ball up. He gets the ball around 1, but it goes right again to 12. 12, very patient player that we've seen in the last couple of weeks, and it ends up leading to his favor as he manages to get the first goal on the board once again.
Very great touch to himself as he's able to get the second touch and upward motion to have enough power to pass the last man. Like you said, great patience and awareness right there by 12.
Let's see if Team Gray can continue to fight back, because Team Gold, they ended up beating Team White last week. They're definitely on a high horse right now. Can Team Gray shut them down? FDL puts the ball at the backboard. It's now going to be followed up once again. Here comes 12. 12 launches the ball over 1. It's going to go straight to Tally. Tally off the side wall. It's going to be followed up now by App Manager. App Manager to the side wall, followed up now by Swept. Swept over to Avdiel. Avdiel now trying to maintain possession, pops the ball forward. Now, back over to the hands of 12. 12 will look for a forward touch, isn't able to get back to it. Now over to App Manager, off the backboard. Isn't able to get back to it, and Swept will clear it away. Now over to Tally, Avdiel into the air, looking for a hit off the backboard. It's going to be awkward for 12 as he does end up not being able to get the touch. But App Manager, again, pre-jumping one of the touches and is not going to be able to get a solid touch on the ball.
Avdiel up for the shot, but gets 50 by 12, keeping it safe as 0 now has possession. Taking the ball upfield, he has boost, but gets met by App Manager, takes this denial away from him, and it's in the back corner of Team Gray as Tally tries to keep this one away from the shot, but they are pushing upfield. Now 12 is going to have plenty of time booming this ball back to the other hands, almost makes it on that clear, leaves the pressure up for his teammates, but now he's last back. Tally has some room to work with, and he's going to get past 12 as last man right now. Great outplayer here as 12 notices he has a bunch of time and manages to get past the last defender.
Yeah, look at that there from Tally. Flicks it around. So he's trying to make sure he doesn't take a straightforward path to that net, and he manages to get the tied game. Team Gray are right back in this. They managed to get a goal. They were kept scoreless in the last game, but they're not scoreless now. And as we see with so many teams, once you get one goal, the floodgates tend to open.
Tally with possession right now, trying to get past that last defender, but they did very well on their patience as 12 keeps his pressure on. Nobody on the ball. Avriel's going to beat everybody, but App Manager seems to take this one away as right now Sweat passing back, little infield passing play, but 0 has no boost and cannot make an option happen for his team. But 12 gets a crate 50, and this one's going to be a little bit dangerous, but App Manager's trying to pinch this one away to open up some breathing room for his team.
FDL has a chance here for a shot. He ends up making it very awkward for Zero, and then we'll follow it up. Ball's going to get bounced out mid over to Zero. Zero to App Manager, and App Manager will pop the ball up. Here comes 12. 12 looking for the 50-50. Isn't able to get back to it. Now Tally popping the ball up. App Manager, can he redeem himself from last game? Puts it off the backboard, but there is no follow-up from Team Gray, and App Manager will have to get a bump just to allow them to try and keep some pressure.
Tally right now. No boost, gonna leave it for his teammate App Manager, but Swept is gonna be there. Tries to get a touch, but it's gonna leave it for his teammate Zero as Tally's waiting on the backboard, tries to get a clear, but 12 is sitting back waiting for that clear. Almost gets the read past the last defender, but I think he got faked out and didn't think he was not gonna touch it. Right now, it's going back in the hands of Tally, keeping it safe to his corner. Swept is gonna be first man on the ball, tries the challenge, and this is gonna be pinched across the net.
FDL puts the ball forward over to Zero, now over to Tally. Tally now gets a bump on his own teammate, but they still manage to get the clear out. Maybe a little nervousness coming out of Team Gray, but they're still looking a little strong. Ball's going to hit to the backboard. FDL has a chance to get a bump here. Couldn't get the bump that he wanted, though. It's going to be over to Tally and App Manager now to get the ball right back to offense.
App Manager taking possession, tries to go for another touch, but does get met in the air by I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Zero. Right now, 12 keeping pressure on, tries to keep it to the middle. Right now, Tally has to put a great shot on net, but does get met by the defender. Zero getting a great demo. They still have one teammate back and gives them enough time to come back as Abdiel sending this pressure away for his teammates.
Right now, one thing that Team Gray are having a poor job of doing right now is taking possession on the defensive end. They're tending to start booming the ball a little bit more. Maybe they're starting to get a little nervous. They got the sweep last week against a pretty solid team, so it's something that we're not used to seeing out of Team Gray. But now it's going to be over to the side here for Tally. Tally puts the ball off the side wall. It's going to be followed up by 12. 12 into the air, ends up getting the beat on 1. It's going to be looking for a beat on 2. Isn't able to get it past App Manager, though, and App Manager will actually land on the ball and cradle it to make sure the other team does not get a free shot.
Possession away, Abdiel has the possession, gets 50 by Swept. Zero's going to try to leave this one for his teammate as puts it back and does get beat, but Swept manages to get back in time to save this one. Zero's going to have to make another save, passes upfield to Swept. Swept with the ball, but does not manage to keep possession as Tally's there, denies. Zero with the fake, tries to get around the defender, does manage to get 50'd in 10 seconds winding down. We are going to possibly go into another overtime.
Ball gets popped up, and that's the ball bounce out here. An awkward situation, and at 1 second left, Team Gold will take the lead.
Yeah, I don't want to take the blame for that caster curse right there at the end, but you know, I'll do it for the sake of the argument. Team Gold putting this one away, almost sealing the deal. 1 second left. Can Team Gray get a miraculous goal last second?
Ball bounces up. The ball's still in the air, but it will touch the ground. Indeed, hopefully they can keep taking possession. If they manage to take possession, then we might see them to really start off, because that's where they get their most, when they're not nervous, when they're playing confident, taking possession. That's when they play their best, and that's what we saw in game number 1. But now, shot after shot after shot, if they keep letting them have those free touches, it's going to be in every single time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just like they're trying to get away with these little clears and it's putting them in poor spots because Team Gold is a very aware team and they know their placement of their shots. And right now 12 sees that they're struggling a little bit. It puts this behind the last defender. Right now 12 with possession tries to get his teammate open and doesn't get the 50, but Zero's going to be ready as App Manager has to keep this one safe. Clears it away up to Advil, keeping the pressure on. Can they get another goal early time in? Only time will tell.
Ball's going to get launched over to the side. It's going to be taken over by Tally. Tally switching over to the Fennec. Now over to App Manager. App Manager pops the ball up. Team Gray almost caught in the same situation that Team White were caught in last series, but it looks like Tally is going to put the ball in the back of the net. However, if anything's to go by, for example, from the last series, and this is going to be a very high-scoring affair if it does end up being won by Team Gold.
Yeah, 2 goals already. Not even a minute has gone by. Great awareness by Tally as you notice the 2 defenders on the back wall, so he's able to push up and put this one in. Zero now does get bumped by App Manager. They're trying to keep the pressure. Swept gets a great bump. If the smoke screen works, they could put this one in as it's still a little dangerous, but App Manager seems to regain and get the possession, almost putting the shot on net, but 12 has managed to get back on time.
Well, it's going to get launched forward. Now being taken over by Swep. Swep into the air, looking for the flip reset. Gets the flip reset, but he isn't able to use it in a very useful way, so he just goes back down to the ground. Now over to App Manager. He takes a shot. It's going to bounce out mid. Tally looked for the shot, just isn't able to get back to it. And now FDL will look for a pot shot on the backboard.
Great demo by Abdil, setting up his teammate. If they put the shot on, but the pre-jump is met with 0. Right now, ball still dangerous. Abdil does manage to get saved by the 4th man, the crossbar. That was a great potential opportunity for them, but does get bailed out by the crossbar.
FDL looks like his shooting is not where it was in game number 1. However, he looks like to be back to shooting in useful ways once again, so maybe he can get back to where he was shooting every single thing on target. Ball gets launched to the crossbar once again, and the 4th man doing wondrous work for Team Gold.
Yeah, super unfortunate for Team Gray right there, as 12 takes possession after this counterattack. Nobody in the back of the net. This one's going to just waltz right in as 0 puts this one in with no defenders ready.
Again, this looks like a double commit from Team Gray. Team Gray, when they're not playing their best, they start double committing. They were able to bring it back in previous series earlier this season, but who knows if they're going to be able to do so this time. Team Gray, if you guys don't know, during the seeding tournament, Team Gray ended up losing to Team Gold in the seeding tournament. However, Team Gold were playing with an OCE semi-pro at that time. They've since replaced the man on the roster. However, Team Gray still looking to be a strong team and are definitely going to be trying to force their way back into this game.
Swep now with some possession. Abdil denies it, but goes back in the hands of 12 as Tally keeps the pressure, gets a shot on net past the 2 defenders, and this one's going to be right in the back of the net as a perfect play right there by the team. App Manager, a little awkward next to his last man, but it does work out as Tally sends this one right through the defenders.
There we go. Tally now with 2 goals, trying to carry his team to a Game 5 victory. Can we see it happen? App Manager ends up being able to get possession past 1 over to 12. 12 now to Avdiel. Avdiel put the ball off the corner. Swep will clear the ball down the field and looking for the follow-up once again. Isn't able to get back to it, though. And 0 popped the ball mid. Over to Tally. Tally now down the field to 12. 12 over to Avdiel. And now FDL trying to maintain possession. Gets the ball around 1. Pops the ball out to the backboard. Isn't able to get back to it. And now Tally will try and maintain possession.
Tally with the forward momentum, but does get met by 12. 12 has to pass this last defender to get the shot on, and they get a close call as right now Swep put a pretty decent shot on net, but couldn't read that dunk. Now trying to beat the defender, but 0 is going to get a good 50 out mid, and Abdil does clear this one away, but they are still struggling a little bit, trying to keep the breath on them as this offense is a very good pressure by Team Gold.
Right now, it's going to be over to 12 to try and once again take possession in the corner. He's been very solid proponent of the offense on this Team Gold squad. It's going to be Team Gray, though. Almost gets it back, but once again, 12 stepping up on the defensive line once more.
Tally with possession, leaves it for 0. 0 has a ton of time and a bunch of boosts. Tries to go in for the 50, does get 50, and it's a good 50 for Tally as he sends this one to safety. App Managers pressuring with a shot on net, but 12 is actually going to clear this one across, but this is going to be left for Swep as he actually pinches it off of his teammate. Pass infield, Tally almost has the shot, but this got to get back on time as this is a very close call, and as the 3rd man was pushed up, this could have actually ended very badly for Team Gray.
That's going to be taken now over by 12. 12 off the back corner again. Pre-flip air dribble, looking to get the ball past 1. He gets it past FDL, but Tally should be able to maintain possession. Tally gets demoed by Swep, but it's still going to go back to the midfield line where Team Gray will be able to reconserve their boost. Back over to App Manager. Now over to 12. Looks for the flick, but it goes straight to App Manager once more. Now we're kind of stuck in the corner here as Team Gold versus Team Gray. 20 seconds left from going to an overtime. However, we saw that Team Gold were able to score at the last second last game. Maybe we see it again.
12 right now taking possession. App Manager is going to cut this one off. 0 is going up for the shot, puts it on net. Abdil there for the save, sends this pressure back on Team Gold. 3 seconds left. We are going into overtime, first overtime for this series, and let's see what will happen as these next seconds continue.
It seems like half a century ago when we saw Team Purple and Team Green go to that 7.5-minute overtime, but now it's going to be over to Team Gold versus Team Gray, which almost overtime, that was the exact opposite of a 7.5-minute overtime almost right there. However, Team Gray do manage to stay strong and stay alive. However, the offensive pressure that we're so used to knowing them for has just not been there.
Right now, Tally looking for the pass mid, but 12 is going to keep this one away as it's back sent into the corner of Team Gold, but Swept has a great job of clearing this one away, but now Atman is going for the pinch. This is a great opportunity as 12 manages to keep it to safety, but doesn't get the greatest touch on it. It's still a little dangerous. Avdil putting a shot on it, 12 doing a great job to save it, and Zero keeping the pressure onto Team Gray.
Now over to Tally. Tally trying to maintain possession, flicks the ball mid, but 12 with some great patience just waits for the flick. And now it's going to be back over to Manager. Tries to get a wave dash catch, isn't able to do so. And Tally ends up pushing up too far. His third man, 12, has a chance to win it all, and he puts it in! And Team Gold will get the 3-1 victory. Oh my goodness. Team Gray, they're definitely going to be sad that their perfect record is now gone. However, sometimes it takes a loss in order to learn. And Team White, they're still losing.